I'm down now with the head professional at Halifax West End Golf Club. Golf is currently locked down, we can't play, all we can do is practice from home. So I'm going to bring you a few practice tips and advice in order to get the most from your practice at home, so that when we get out of lockdown and get back onto the golf course, we'll be raring to go, and hopefully areas that you've been practicing on during lockdown will have improved. Obviously, things are going to be slightly different. I have currently accommodated the storeroom / children's playroom for giving you these tips and advice. It is not ideal, but it is a way for me to get tips and advice to you. Today, we're going to be talking about putting. Putting is obviously something that you can do at home fairly easily. So today we're going to be thinking about how to aim the putter correctly. At the golf club, we have access to the Visio Phil Kenyon's coaches pack. I know James has been using the pack quite successfully in a couple of lessons prior to lockdown. One of the things that it has is the putting laser, which is quite a useful bit of kit. What this does is obviously you line up with the golf ball. So if you line up as if it's square to target, you're going to hit it in the centre hole. And then what you would do, turn that on and put that there. And as you can see, I'm not exactly in the centre of the hole, but I am in the hole. So my aim obviously is a lot better. What myself, David and James found when we were practicing on it is that originally my aim was outside the right edge of the hole. James was very, very similar. David, on the other hand, was left of the hole. So this is not an ideal, because the problem being is that if you're not aiming it correctly, you're never going to start the ball on the line that you intend it to go on. So to be a bit more cost effective, what I've done is devise a little alignment template for you. So utilising an old Christmas card is get a ruler. Obviously I have children, so we have all this in the home. Pen, you don't obviously need the tripod grip with it, but it does help her get her writing a little bit better. And obviously a pair of scissors. So what we've done is you put something like that, obviously cut around all the bits, so you're left with the arrow. And in good Blue Peter fashion, here's one I made earlier. So I put a line down the middle. This is quite useful to have in it. So if you can put a line down yours, that'd be perfect. So utilising your arrow, and it's probably better if you could do it with somebody else, because it's not easy to get it exactly right. So line the putter up with a centre hole or a target on the floor. I would probably look at putting a disc down on the floor, like a yogurt pot top or a cream top pot. It's going to be about a similar size to a golf hole. Obviously golf holes being 4 1/4 inches. So you line it up there, and then you get your card and put it down there. The only thing obviously different now, you'll have to visually look at it and see where it's aiming. Obviously I can't get far enough back here because the room isn't big enough, but obviously hopefully it's nice and square. And if not, what you can do, if it's a little bit off target, bring it round to target. And what I would then suggest you do is get a little bit of masking tape, put it on the back so it holds it in place, and then put the ball on the arrow. You've now got a square line so you know how it looks and should feel. One of the biggest problems that I find myself and also the pupils that I give is when you look down the line of putt, it looks very, very straight, very, very square. When then you get to the left, you know, obviously for a right-hander you get to the side of the putt, of the left side. For a left-hander you get to the left side. You're actually looking at the putt in a different perspective now, so it doesn't look on target. You've just got to trust that you've lined it up. You know, you've got the aim right. So you've got to trust it because you're now looking at it from a different angle as opposed to straight down the line. So now you've got a nice square edge. You've got the putter lined up, and hopefully you're nice and square to target. And knowing me, obviously the floor's not flat, or my putting is not as good as it should be. But if you notice, he's obviously started in the right line. A little bit of practice, and I'm sure getting your aim of your putter will be so beneficial to your game in 2021. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. There's a link probably below here. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it.